So Portsmouth on Tuesday, here's the preview show, and we start as ever with the view from the dressing room, Luke McNally.
So Luke, emotional day on Saturday, but I think we sent off Doyle in style, didn't we?
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. Very emotional day, as you know. So I guess we had to focus on the task at hand, and thankfully we came through it well.
Yeah, and you did that 4-2 win. Another entertaining game in front of the home fans.
I know it's heart attack stuff, but we take it anyway. They're the same. They're 3 points, so we're obviously delighted and really high in confidence. So we look forward now to tomorrow and going down to a good stadium and a good pitch, hopefully, and see how we get on again.
Yeah, 3 wins on the bounce. Morale is high, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, everyone's buzzing. Like, I think I was only saying in there, it's probably a good thing that these Tuesdays keep rolling in. Unfortunately, this is the last one actually, but when you're winning, you want to keep playing. So I think it's a good thing nearly that we're out again now and tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 clean sheets in your 2 previous away games as well. If you're getting clean sheets on the road, you can always back yourself to score at home, but it's even more important on the road, isn't it, to get those clean sheets, which will bode well going into tomorrow.
Yeah, we hope so. Sometimes it can suit us, so backs against the wall a bit when we're away, and at home it's on us to attack. So yeah, you're more open when you are attacking. But yeah, it's something we obviously look at. But the main thing is that we're playing well as a team. Our performance levels have been pretty good, I think. So that's the main thing, and the results come after that, you know.
Yeah, we travelled to Portsmouth on Tuesday. It was another furious kind of game, wasn't it? The home game. And I guess it would be much the same tomorrow.
Yeah, I expect it to be a good atmosphere, and they need to win, really, I suppose. I'd imagine the way they're thinking. So, and we want to win as well. We want to keep our run going. So yeah, it'd be really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it.
It's that point in the season now. You don't go anywhere to play for a draw, do you? 3 points is all that matters now.
Yeah, I'm not fussed on draws. I guess you're better off to go in there and win or lose, to be honest, and put it all on the line. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it, as I say, and hopefully we have a good travelling support to help us out, and we look forward to playing. Yeah.
So the second in a new series where we ask a former player who's played for both clubs to pick an 11 based on the players he played with at those clubs. Absolute pleasure to catch up with Danny Rose.
In goal, we played a 4-2-3-1 going formation. So in goal will be David Ford, who was the goalkeeper throughout the season we had at Portsmouth, where we won the League Two title. Who, trying to think back of all the goalkeepers that I had across both clubs, and he was the one standout because he was such a big character in the dressing room. He was a leader. He was the most commanding.
Friendship, and you picked as a right back. You haven't picked Eddie or Diambo, who is going to see this, and you are going to get a call within seconds.
I know he's actually skiing, I think, at the moment in Austria, so he might not see it. But no, I think George Baldock has just pipped him just by a nose. But now George has obviously gone on to achieve great things, playing the Premier League, obviously currently Championship. But I think at the time when we were in League Two, when he initially came on loan from MK Dons, you could see the talent that he had. And it was just a case of him realising that, I think, and the move to Sheffield United, he was able to really flourish under Chris Wilder, who we both know well. And, he's managed to sustain that. So, he deserves everything that's come to him since he's left Oxford.
The 2 centre-backs, I actually agree with you on this. I think these 2 would complement each other, wouldn't they?
That was a reason why I think I put them 2 together. Right centre-back would be Christian Burgess, who again was in there. I played with Portsmouth, who's doing ever so well out in Belgium at the moment, top of the Belgian Premier League. At Portsmouth, we had Matt Clark, who's now on loan to West Brom from Brighton. But Jake Wright pips him because of the leader that he was, certainly during my time at Oxford. Not just a great defender and really good and composed with the ball at his feet, but probably the best captain I played under. So I always look back in that I never, even though the season I left Oxford in January, I went to Northampton and we ended up winning the league, and obviously Oxford comes second, but I didn't get to really share like success with him on the pitch. But looking back in terms of captain on and off the pitch, he stands above the rest.
The left back, you picked somebody again who's gone on to do pretty well since you played with him. You made his career, Danny.
Yeah, played down that left-hand side. Yeah, very similar to George Baldock in many ways. They've progressed on similar paths. Enda Stevens, who's obviously at Sheffield United as well. Again, part of the sort of League Two title winning team at Portsmouth. The way he would bond up and down that left flank from left back, the style of play that Paul Cook deployed, the demands on him were high, but I don't think he missed a game. His sort of productivity down that left side was second to none, and that sort of justified his move to Sheffield United off the back of that season. So 2 holding midfielders, yeah.
Who are they?
So the first one would be Michael Doyle, who was the captain at Portsmouth during my first season there. Similar to Jake in many ways in terms of his leadership skills. Completely different leader to Jake, where he was sort of the standard setter in terms of if you were late, if you were not up to scratch with your training, your passing was off. He was the one that would remind you that you need to be up here, day in, day out. Otherwise, you can't replicate it on a Saturday. And alongside him would be Liam Sercombe. I think for the time that I played with Serks at Oxford, he was just unbelievable. I think everything he seemed to touch turned to gold. His goal return was fantastic. Certainly when John Lundstrom came and got fit, that sort of was my time out of the side, because those two as a pair again were in League Two as well. You think of those two, you think, wow, like two fantastic midfielders in League Two.
The right winger, he's done all right for himself, hasn't he? Kemal Roof.
Yeah, he's not done too bad. Again, a lot of these players have gone on to great things. And what I admire most about Roofy is the reason why he came to Oxford in the first place, which was, he left West Brom to seek first team football and try and play and, establish himself and really learn his trade. But, that was a big risk because it might not have worked out for him, and who knows where you go from there. I believe he had a year left at West Brom at the time, so he could have stayed and, stayed in the 23s, or, it's nice being at a big club, of course. But he chose to leave and, I think trusted Michael Appleton at the time. And I think I remember at the end of the season when he was on loan, he finished with sort of 5 goals in 5 games. So you just got a sort of a sneak preview of what he was capable of. And he came back that next pre-season like a different player. You could tell he'd been in the gym, his legs, his arms were huge. He stayed fit. And obviously his goal return that season was phenomenal, and obviously resulted in the club getting promoted. So just for sheer, goal scoring ability and sort of mindset, elite mindset, he's definitely in there. Off the left, the reason I've got him in there is because he's had a fantastic career as Kyle Bennett, again that season at Portsmouth. But his relationship with Enda Stevens that season, the way he would sort of roll inside and receive the ball in pockets, and then they would, bomb down the outside and get to the byline and either cross it or cut it back to him. And it was just like, it took a lot of hard work on the training ground. It wasn't, it didn't just happen, overnight, which is something, we did with Paul Cook all the time, shape and working on patterns of play.
And your front two?
Front two, so yeah, I got a number 9 and a number 10, if you like. So the number 10 is Gary Roberts, who again was at Portsmouth. Again, that season at Portsmouth, he just produced moments of magic when you really needed it. He could unlock, at any defence almost at will. It felt like.
Talking of characters, the team is completed by an absolute lunatic.
He is, yeah. He's I speak to him, most weeks now. Danny Hilton, any teammate of his that's played with him, remember him, and you don't usually across your career, carry on speaking to many players, for a long period of time, and he's certainly one of those. Just gives so much energy. Again, good goal return as well. During his time at Oxford, certainly while he's gone at Luton, scored the other night at Luton, obviously in the Championship, which was great to see. What a guy! Again, great character, great energy, always has a smile on his face. give his everything, you know, every game's really unselfish in his work, and again, but produce moments of quality as well. So I think as a team, yeah, the chemistry is not bad there. So I think that team would do pretty well in League Two.
I think the reason you're still popular with the Oxford fans, of course, when you played with a smile and gave it everything in every game, you're still doing that, aren't you? But Darlington on loan?
Yeah, on loan to Darlington from Grimsby at the moment. So enjoying just being out on the pitch every week, which is what it's about. In terms of our season, it's been a little bit inconsistent, but there's still, you know, enough football to be played to mount a playoff push. So you never know, stranger things have happened, but enjoying playing, yeah.
Right, Liam, you did social media on Saturday. I do not want to dwell. The Joey game has gone. It's been emotional. I can't go through that again. It was emotional for the fans, but I thought we did him proud, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the entire club, the supporters, everyone pulled together to make an absolutely incredible tribute to a very special player. I'm sure fans old and now young will realise just what an impact he had on this club, whether you saw him play or not. You will now know the full impact that he's made.
I also think the daughters know now. They know how much he was loved. I thought
Yeah.
Carl calling them on, it wasn't there was a lot of pre-planning before the game, but the idea of taking the girls on there to walk around after was down to Carl. He gets it, doesn't he? And I thought that they know how much their dad was loved.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if they didn't know before, then they certainly do now. I mean, that was one of the toughest moments for me, was watching those two girls walk on the pitch with the flowers. And yeah, just the way the entire club pulled together was fantastic.
It wasn't for me. The bit that got me was the academy kids walking past, all in their Joey t-shirts and everything. One of the under-13s played yesterday morning and scored and ran towards the dad with the camera and pulled up to show a Joey t-shirt underneath. So it goes all the way through the academy, everybody knows. We'll move on. Oh, also thank you for not singing Chelsea Reject while he was crying in the middle of the pitch. I mean, he's an emotional wreck at the best of times, isn't he, poor old boy?
Yeah, it was a tough week for everyone, and obviously Rosie did a fantastic job on the day, but there was so much that went into it from other people as well. So thank you to everyone who was involved from the club, the supporters. The display was amazing as well. Yeah, it was just a real moment of everyone pulling together for one person.
I was absolutely knackered Saturday. So
yeah, absolutely, just completely washed out, but not ashamed to say that at all.
I would absolutely do that again. So we'll move on. Portsmouth on Tuesday. Now, I've been a lot of times to Portsmouth. It's one of the most visited grounds, I think. But you've not been there working when there's been a crowd, correct?
No. I've not been there working before. My first ever away game for Oxford United as a fan was the 4-1 away win when Portsmouth did the hours display. And then we went and ruined their day, didn't we?
So, do you want a bizarre thing? Last Tuesday it was all a bit raw. Timmy Mallet phoned me. Hi Timmy, friend of the stars, me. And I said, what have you been doing? He said, I've just been playing tennis with Dave Kitson. And Dave Kitson's the one that I remember.
Yeah, it was a big celebration, wasn't it, when Alfie Potter scored the fourth. Yeah, that was... someday.
It's a brilliant place to go and watch your football. Hopefully there'll be a big crowd. It's actually a bit further than you think with the traffic and stuff. It's probably an hour and a half away from here, but we should get a fantastic crowd.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the support home and away has been absolutely phenomenal, and I see no reason why that shouldn't be again. It's an away day that fans love. They always turn out in numbers for Portsmouth, and vice versa, and it's always a fantastic game between the two clubs. So if you can get down there, tickets are still available. So yeah,
definitely get down. Do you think we'll get 10,000 against Burton? I want to. Come on.
If you can come down, let's try and make it 10,000. I think it'll be a tough ask, but yeah.
I don't think we'll make it. I personally don't think we'll make it.
No, I don't think we'll quite get there. But I mean, it's brilliant at the moment, isn't it? We're getting results. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a succession of games with so many goals as we have done since the start.
That's going to be 0-0 tomorrow now, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, you've doomed that. Right, we're going down there. You can also see it on iFollow because it's not 3 o'clock. You know the rules. If it's 3 o'clock Saturday, we can't show it, but we can show the 7:45s on a Tuesday. Watch it on iFollow. If I was you, I'd be there with us. See you Tuesday.